everyone, this is Raquel. Today I'm going to be making some chiles rellenos. It's already pretty late. I have like 2.5 hours to make them before my husband gets here from work. For those of you who don't know, I'm married now, and Armando and I are just loving life to the fullest right now. So I'm going to be making some dinner for him. Hopefully it's done before he gets home. We're also going to be having my friend Adriana over for dinner today. It's Friday night, so we're having her over. So hopefully at the end of this video, I can get some honest reviews on my chiles rellenos. Funny story about my chiles rellenos. I was at Bash's today buying all the things that I still needed for them. And the cashier, looking at all my groceries, was like, oh, so what are you making today? I was like, oh, I'm gonna be making some chiles rellenos. It's just like, oh, okay, are you making them or is your mom making them? I was like, I'm making them. Do I look like I'm 12? No, but I was like, I'm making them. I'm using my mom's recipe because I just got married and I'm trying to cook all of the recipes that I wrote down from her one day at a time. And today is chiles rellenos. It's just like, oh, you're so funny. I was like, yeah. That's not the first time that's happened to me actually, because I was at El Super the other day and the cashier also told me, what are you making today? And I was like, oh, I'm making cocktail. He's like, wait, like, are you making it? I'm like, yeah, I'm making it. Anyway, disclaimer, I don't know how hard it's going to be to record while I'm cooking, so just bear with me. Let's go. So this is the recipe I'm going to be following. The total time to make this is 1 hour, but because I'm going to be recording and because I'm a newbie at cooking, that is probably going to triple. So my first dilemma is that I have 2 tatamalos chiles, but I have an electric stove and my mom doesn't. So I've never tatamal chiles in an electric stove before. So let's see how that turns. Here are some chiles that I just got at Bash's. Washing them. Okay, y'all, it's so hard to record and to like cook at the same time. Okay, can I just say that? The pasilla chiles are now washed and I'm just going to place them everywhere. Oh yeah, sizzling already. Nice. You know what? I should probably open the windows too because it's gonna start smelling a lot like peppers. I didn't think it would be this fast. Okay, y'all, these are actually getting done faster than on the gas stove. We're good, we're good. We got the vent going, we got the windows open. I'm going to be putting peppers in the bag. I'm coming. Chilies are in the bag. We're going to leave these in here until the skin sort of falls off. Oh, it was my mom. Let's call her. Hello. Hi. We are now going to season the carne asada and we're going to put it on the stove. So I have 1.6 pounds of flank steak for the carne asada. Whoa. This thing is huge. Look how big this is. I don't know if I have to cut this like to make it thinner, you know? I don't know what to do with this. Like, that's pretty thick. Look how thick that is. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dice this. Let's try that. So I'm just gonna cut strips first. Should I have an apron? I have the strips. Now I'm gonna dice them. And I don't even know if that's the right term, but I'm just gonna make like little squares. I don't think carne asada should be diced. That's just what I'm thinking right now. But it's too late already. I have my meat. Let's go ahead and season this thing. Morton salt. And which seasoning should I use? Ooh, savory steakhouse. Don't judge me on how much salt I put, because I'm still learning. I know my husband likes things really salty, but I don't know about Adriana. That looks pretty good, if you ask me. Okay, now we're gonna put the meat on the stove. My chilies over here are still getting a little moist. It's about that time for me to peel the skin off, but first I'm going to put this on there. I'm gonna put some oil in here. Okay, I'm running out of batteries, so I need to hurry this up. I thought it was gonna sizzle, but it didn't. While that is cooking, I'm going to be taking the skin off of these chiles. If it comes off pretty easily, that means you did it right. That looks really good. Next thing on the agenda is to cut some vegetables so I can blend them, put them in with the carne, and then continue the filling for the chiles. So we're gonna be putting about half of this and this onion into a pan with the meat. Then I'm going to be putting these 2 tomatoes with garlic into the blender. I was supposed to put cilantro in there too, but I don't have any. And I forgot to buy some at the store, so we're just gonna make do with this. I'm also gonna be putting some lime in there because everything tastes better with lime. I'm not gonna do too much of this. Give me a thumbs up if you get at least 1 scam call every single day, because I get like 20. Now I'm just gonna very quickly cut these tomatoes in 4ths so I can put them in the blender. Okay, so these 2 are gonna go in the meat right now in a pan, and then I'm going to blend this tomato, put some lime in there. Actually, I'll put the lime in with the meat already. And I'm also going to be blending this garlic in. All right, let's go. My camera ran out of battery, but I wanted to do a taste test. Delicious. Next step on the list. I'm going to be putting that meat in there. I just need these pieces to be a little smaller. So we're gonna be blending this. Yummy. Now that my meat is nice and blended, we're gonna add it on the pan. We'll add some onion in there, some pepper, and grab my lime squeezer. Also, let me know down in the comments if you put your lime half like that or if you put it backwards, because I had been putting it like that this whole time because the holes are usually down here. But I think it was my sister Maribel who told us that this is actually the right way it's supposed to be done. We'll put some in here. Yummy. And we'll just kind of mix this. While that is getting warmed up, I'm gonna grab this other blender. We're gonna bring this over here, put the tomatoes in there. You know what? I'll put more onion and peppers in there. Okay, I'm gonna take this garlic, if I can open it. Why can't I open this? I can't open the garlic. Oh, yeah. We're gonna take 1 teaspoon. Oh, it smells very, very strong. Let's do that. Now I'm going to be adding this tomato mixture into here. Now that we are done with the carne asada mixture, we're going to start filling the chiles so they can be chiles rellenos, which, by the way, if you have not noticed, these chiles rellenos are a little different than what you might be used to. My mom makes them very different to what I've heard from people. So we're gonna go ahead and put my chilies on a cookie sheet, and then we're gonna fill them with the carne asada so we can then put them in the oven. And did I say cookie sheet? I meant this. Okay, so basically I can't do this with one hand, but I'm going to be making a small incision here, and that was really crooked, in each chili, and that's where I'm gonna stuff them. So let me put this camera down. So I just cut all of these peppers and I took all the veins and the seeds out. So I'm just going to start filling these peppers with carne asada. Now that I'm done stuffing all of my chiles, I'm gonna put some tomato slices, some very thin tomato slices with some very thin onion slices, and then I'll drizzle some cheese on top. Oh, I need to preheat my oven. So we're gonna bake, let's do 375. I don't know how much the recipe calls for, but let's do that while we garnish our chiles rellenos. I wish I had 3 hands, 3 arms, so I can videotape while I'm slicing these. Where do I put this? Did I put it there? Okay, let's do that. There are some tomatoes, very thin. And my eyes are burning. Oh man, ouch. I don't know if you can see, but I'm crying. We have our onion, we have our tomato, and we have our great value sharp cheddar. We're just gonna put tomato on there. Now let's just add a little bit of onion on each. And my last step is the cheese. I love cheese. We are ready to put them in the oven, but it's really heavy and I can't grab it with one hand. Let me try. Ooh, we're going to put them in the oven for how long? How long? Where's my recipe? Oh no. Put chiles in oven for 10 minutes and go. And maybe I'll just leave it there to dry. So the purpose of putting the chilies in the oven is so that the cheese can melt. That looks so good. And this apron is the biggest apron in the whole entire world. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, next step is to get this kitchen cleaned up because it is a complete mess.
I was trying to beat Armando. Wait, that was here? Here? He's here? He's not here yet? No? Oh, he's here. He's here? I was trying to beat him. I'm like, open the door. Say hello to the camera. I'm recording. Oh, hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Ooh, yummy. Armando's gonna do the honors of taking the chiles rellenos out of the oven. Thank you very much.
Wow.
¿Se derritió el queso?
No tanto, pero sí.
Not really, huh? It's fine. Yummy.
Salsa que hizo la hermana.
We're gonna get 3 plates and we're gonna get some wine glasses. Even though we don't drink wine, I just thought it'd be cute. We need some knives. I want to post it. Oh, she's gonna post the chiles rellenos. Armando y Adriana van a ser los que juzgan amorosamente cómo saben mis chiles rellenos. And Armando cannot go a day without Milos.
Yeah, they didn't have any.
And I love my Simply Lemonade with strawberry. Let's eat. Two. You get 2 biggest ones. Beep, beep.
I always hold on Armando's hands. He's like, excuse me?
Ahora tú ahorita.
Alright. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing I saw a really post and he looks so big now. Is it the one where he's like,
Do you like it?
delicious,
Bueno,
100%.
Look at that cake. Nice. So nice. Who's that model right there? That's you. Okay, festejado. Siéntate ahí, por favor.
Feo yo.
Wow, look at that cake. Armando turned 28. It's because the chocolate on top is hard.
Yeah.
28.
Rachel's gonna sing to you because I'm not about to sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
How long? How long did it take? 5 hours.
Okay.
Wowzers.
I didn't. It was not 5 hours. Empecé. Oh, yeah.
Empezó cuando me fui al trabajo a las 5 de la mañana.
We want cake. Get it.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna finish the video here. Thank you for joining me in making my chiles rellenos. We're gonna eat this delicious cake that Adriana bought for Armando.
Ya me acabé todo el kiwi.
And that is all. Thank you.
better cut that
Bye. See you next time. Say bye. 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 Bye.